This is The Space Shot, episode 267 for February 5th, 2018. Antares and Mariner 10. I'm John Molnix. On February 5th, 1971, Alan Shepard and Edgar Mitchell landed the lunar module Antares at the Frau Mora Formation on the Moon. The landing was the most accurate to date during the Apollo program, with the Antares touching down about 87 feet from its targeted landing point. While on the lunar surface, Shepard and Mitchell performed experiments, deployed the ALSEP, or Apollo Lunar Surface Experiments package, and gathered 94 pounds of rock and soil samples for return to Earth. The ALSEP package included instruments that studied the solar wind, heat management, and seismic sensors, among other things.
Houston, while you're looking that up, you might recognize what I have in my hand as the handle for the contingency sample return. It just so happens to have a genuine 6-iron on the bottom of it. In my left hand, I have a little white pellet that's familiar to millions of Americans. Drop it down. Unfortunately, the suit is so stiff I can't do this with two hands, but I'm going to try a little sand trap shot here. I got more dirt than ball that side. Some more dirt than ball. Here we go again. That looked like a slice to me, Al. There we go. Raise the die. One more. Miles and miles and miles.
On February 6th, during the second lunar EVA, Alan Shepard became the first person to golf on the Moon. He brought 2 golf balls and the club head from a 6-iron. The club head was attached to the contingency sample return device, which was long enough to act as a golf club. I'm sure golfing on the lunar surface would do wonders for your long game. However, a spacesuit would make putting even more difficult than it already is. Check out the show notes for a video of Shepard golfing, as well as for a picture of the modified 6-iron. Now it's time to talk about a robotic mission. On February 5th, 1974, Mariner 10 performed a flyby of Venus. Mariner 10 was the first spacecraft to use a gravity assist to get from one planet to another. This technique has been used on missions that are sent to the outer solar system because this maneuver changes the relative velocity and trajectory of a spacecraft with the minimal use of fuel. During this flyby, Mariner 10 also became the first spacecraft to visit 2 planets. The experience gained with the gravity assist during this mission was important for future Voyager missions, which used an elaborate and exceptionally unique series of gravity assists to explore the solar system in record time. While passing Venus, Mariner 10 captured the first close-up images of that planet, and after the Venus encounter, the spacecraft continued on its way to Mercury, arriving at that planet in March of 1974. Before we end today's episode, I've got one piece of space news. Elon Musk shared more pictures of the Tesla Roadster on the Falcon Heavy last night. These new pictures show something pretty cool, a SpaceX spacesuit that's in the driver's seat of the Roadster. The launch is still on track for a Tuesday liftoff, with the launch window opening at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time on February 6th. I'll link to the SpaceX livestream on Facebook, so be sure to check out that launch. One way or another, it is going to be spectacular. If the launch is successful, all 3 first stages will land, the center stage on the drone ship, Of Course I Still Love You, and the side cores or boosters, SpaceX uses both names, will come back to land at Landing Complex 1. You've probably seen the footage of one booster coming back to land, and it's impressive. The possibility of watching 2 boosters landing at the same time sounds phenomenal. Godspeed to SpaceX, and go Falcon Heavy. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I'd appreciate it if you could leave a review on iTunes. If you do that, screenshot it and send it to me at John Molnix, pretty much everywhere on the internet, and I'll send you a Space Shot sticker and a little thank you. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button in your podcast app of choice. That way you don't miss any of the daily episodes. As always, the show notes have more information on today's episode. You can hit me up on Instagram and Twitter. Find me at John Molnix. I'm always up to chat. You can also connect with me on Facebook. Just search The Space Shot or click the links in the show notes. I'm John Molnix, and I'll catch you on the flip side.